In the research, planning and construction stages of our music video, we use a variation of different hardware and software.
Such software include Prezi, YouTube, Twitter, iPhoto, Photoshop,
iMovie,
Final Cut Express and Blogger. Each of these helped us in different areas when producing, constructing, researching and planning our production. So, for instance, Prezi came in great use when we wanted to present our ideas to audiences.
Yeah, definitely. We was able to use vlogs and videos that we've taken in preparation for the music video and put them into Prezi.
Yeah, and it was a great way of presenting our ideas in a different way instead of just a normal PowerPoint which you go from slide to slide. This enabled us to be more creative.
So we could incorporate YouTube videos as well.
Yeah, and our own primary sources of photos that we'd taken on location. We then uploaded these Prezis to our blogs, which was also a great way of documenting our progress from the start of the year to the end of the year. So on our blogs we've included a variety of different sources.
From YouTube. We also put our surveys that we've done as well from audience feedback on there. We've taken photos ourselves, taken photos off of Google and used them to prepare and construct our music video.
So as you said earlier, we used surveys. Surveys came in great use when we wanted audience feedback. And one website we used a lot was SurveyMonkey. This enabled us to, instead of handing out our surveys to people who probably didn't want to fill them out, we emailed them to them, so it was a much more efficient way to get our...
So people who who had a keen interest in wanting to let us know what we did wrong or whether we went right, we was able to get a really good
directly
audience feedback.
Yeah, as well as our bloggers and Prezi, we also used a YouTube account which we uploaded several drafts of our videos to, and several other films that we'd made previously in the year in preparation.
So yeah, we made a short film from iMovie to incorporate loads of different techniques that we'd used and that we'd gathered from AS. So this helped us a lot to construct our music video in the end.
Yeah, and as you said, we used iMovie last year, and this year we wanted to create a more professional approach to the project. So we went up to Final Cut Express and we taught ourselves how to use the software and how to do the different techniques that we wanted that we couldn't do on iMovie.
Yeah, for instance, we used layering, which we couldn't have done on iMovie, but Final Cut Express allowed us to do layering, and it gave us a more professional look when we finally created it and put it on YouTube.
Yeah, and it also enabled us to make colour alterations, which we couldn't really do professionally in iMovie, and also reversing as well. We were able to do it to a much more wider scale.
Yeah.
As well as the software we used, we also used a great range of hardware when it came to filming and producing our productions.
So obviously we used the camera and the tripod.
Yeah.
And that was, obviously we used a Sony
HD Panasonic camera.
So that helped us a lot to get a great deal of detail within the videos.
Yeah,
and also the tripod gave us the height and it allowed us to make a good distance of what we wanted to film, and obviously because we could zoom and stuff, it was really easy to get the shot that we wanted.
Yeah, and also we used quite a few different tripods, didn't we? We used a really big tripod that helped us get the high angle shots, and we also used a little tripod that's about this big that we call a gorilla tripod, and you can wrap that around things. The legs are quite mobile, so we could, when we were doing our tracking scenes and handheld scenes, you could attach it to my hand, and I was able to concentrate on looking at the screen instead of how the shot was looking.
So that was really good for us to use.
Yeah, last year as well we used a flip camera, which we decided not to use this year because it was really the quality, although it's a really efficient camera.
Due to it being small.
Yeah, the quality that it produced just wasn't what we wanted to have in our actual professional styling music videos, so that's why we aimed to use the Panasonic camera.
So we literally just stuck to the Panasonic camera because we knew how to use it, and we knew it was definitely a better quality to the video, and sometimes we could take photos of it as well, so it's much better.
We did try and use a fisheye lens when we were creating some of the shots, but we found it didn't really fit with the narrative.
No, we found that our narrative was definitely all about disorientation, and even though fisheye lens could have achieve this, we wanted to make the disorientation on using software instead of hardware.
Yeah, although apart from the cameras and the tripods, we had to use quite a lot of our own technology to communicate with each other and to play the music while we were filming. So we used my iPod, which had the song on, and we used our phones to communicate and text and tweet each other.
We could use our phones because they have cameras on them, so it was easy to take photos and then upload them straight to Blogger and also to Twitter as well. And we was using our phone, as you said, for music, and it was just much easier than carrying around a separate camera.
Yeah, and a separate CD player.
Exactly, and it was easy to access the internet at all times as well.
Yeah, so we could constantly upload our photos to our blogs, so converging hardware and software together. Like we mentioned earlier about Twitter, Twitter was a great way of helping us communicate directly to our audience and fan base. We were even able to receive feedback from a producer that we met at the BFI trip. Corin Hardy. We tweeted him our final music video and asked him what he thought, and as you can see, this is what he said. But yeah, we're really happy that we were able to get that video directly to him, and we wouldn't have been able to do that without the technology that we have in modern society now.
We also used iPhoto to create, because when we take the photos, we wanted the best quality photo, obviously. So we used iPhoto, and it was easy then to put iPhoto into iMovie and Final Cut Pro.
Yeah, so then we were
that
able
was another
to
software that we used.
And when it came to creating our digipacks and our magazine adverts, we each used a different software, I think. I used iPhoto because I have that on my Mac at home, whereas you used...
I used Photoshop to enable me to layer the photos for my digipack.
Yeah, so each different form of technology really helped aid our different way we wanted to present our digipacks. You went for the more ghostly...
I wanted to create like a supernatural feel to it.
Yeah, whereas I just wanted to reflect the videos and the shots that we had gained in the music video. But I think both of us created really professional and well presented digipacks.
Due to the software that we was able to use.
Yeah, and although extremely different, it just goes to show that although technology has changed so much over the years, we're still able to create such professional pieces from the technology that we have, even if it's not the same.
So with the convergence of hardware and software, we was able to research, construct and present all our ideas in the lead up to creating our music video.
And it was done in an efficient and easy and professional manner.